Ms. Trevor, I have to tell you, right at the top of this interview, this is a pleasure I never expected to have because I do know your films. And I just thought, well, she isn't ever going to make any more films, so she's one that I'll never have the chance to meet. Now, thank goodness you have made this film, Kiss Me Goodbye, and I'm having a chance to see you and talk with you in person.
Thank you very much. Very sweet words.
It had been, what, 15 years?
Yes.
Since you have made a film.
Yes.
What was the last film appearance?
It was called Murder, My Sweet with Dick Powell. No, that was long before that. You'll have to cut that. It was called How to Murder Your Wife with Jack Lemmon.
And then 15 years go by, and that was a good picture. I remember that picture. 15 years go by. Now, all of a sudden, why?
Well, a good script came along with a fine director. Robert Mulligan's terrific. With wonderful people, Sally Field, Jeff Bridges, Jimmy Caan, Mildred Natwick.
But who discovered you for the role?
Robert Mulligan said he did. And he said that when we met in Chasen's one night, and he stopped at our table and we had a talk, he and his wife, and he remembered me from that evening, and when he got the script, or when it was developed, he said, I want her for that part. I think right away. So that was very lucky for me.
In this role, of course, as Sally Field's mother, you have, just real zippy, wonderful lines, which you deliver very well, and the most glamorous wardrobe I think I've seen in years.
Arnold Scazzi did them, my friend in New York.
Yes. Now, had the role been a kind of frumpy mother, wouldn't have done it.
It wouldn't have appealed to me as much. I don't want to come back looking like an old bag lady or something. After all those years, a lot of people thought I'd passed on, and I'm certainly not going to come back as looking like I'm in old rags.
Are you serious? People thought you died?
No.
Oh,
they
all
didn't.
right.
They could have. I was gone so long.
When you made a lot of films, they made films very quickly in those days, didn't they?
Well, they made the kind of films I was in, the B pictures, they made them in 18 days, 18-day schedule.
That's really kind of like TV schedules.
Exactly. That's the same comparison you can make with the TV soaps or things that they do today, because those soaps, they really shoot an hour a day. And those people have to learn a million lines, all new ones every day.
And at one time, is it true you were making 3 movies at the same time?
No.
That is not true.
No, that's not true. I don't know where you got that, but once in a while, 1 or 2 would overlap a little bit, maybe a day or so. I never made 2 at a time, let alone 3 at a time. No.
I think one of my favorite pictures you've done, Stagecoach.
Oh, yes.
With
Mine
John
too.
Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Stagecoach is one of your favorites?
Yes, absolutely.
And what sort of memories do you have of working with John Wayne?
Only great ones. I made 4 pictures with him. And he was always perfect gentleman, a dedicated actor, wonderfully easy to work with, and he became one of our best friends.
And then Key Largo. That's another one of my favorites.
That was a good one, yes.
Excellent.
Very
And
good.
of course, your Oscar winner.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt, you know, to know that it received an Oscar.
Who was your competition for that Oscar?
I don't know. I don't remember. I never look back. Isn't that awful? There's certain things that pop into my mind, but I never sit and think about the past.
Well, I think that's healthy.
Yes. Whatever good memory comes to mind, I enjoy, but I don't sort of dig up or dwell on things of the past.
Do you have a favorite recollection of Humphrey Bogart?
Well, there again, he was one of our close friends, and we had wonderful times together. Every time I worked with him was terrific. Very serious actor, very hard worker, very professional. But he was a yachtsman, a sailor, and my husband was too, so we sailed a lot together and close friends.
Your husband is no longer living?
No.
And in how many years has he been dead?
I'd rather not talk about that, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But I guess what I'm trying to get
Yes.
to, Ms. Trevor, is what has occupied your time in these 15
Just
years?
being happily married with my family and enjoying life. I painted, I sailed a lot. We went to Mexico on our boat many, many times for months at a time. I was involved with the Arthritis Foundation, head of the Orange County branch of that for 5 or 6 years, and the Heart Fund.
So you've kept
I
busy.
kept very busy, yes, and happily so.
The Christmas season is upon us, Ms. Trevor, and I am doing a series of asking famous people if they could have any gift in the world and money were no object, what they would most like to have, some tangible thing. Now, what would you most like to have?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have everything I want, except my husband and my son, whom I lost recently too. So I don't know what else.
What about another movie role?
All right, another Oscar.
Why not?
Why not? That would be terrific. Yes,
Oh.
that would be thrilling, of course. I never thought along those lines. I was thinking of a package wrapped in red ribbon, you know.
And as one final question, how do you want people to remember you, say 50 years from now, and they go down the annals of motion picture history and they see Claire Trevor? What do you want them to remember?
As a person who made the most out of what she had, and as a person who made several people happy, as a person who improved herself as much as she could, and helped other people as much as she could. Just a good person, I guess.
Lovely thoughts. Again, Ms. Trevor, what a pleasure to get to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
It'll be a memory I'll have always and cherish always. And
Sweet of you.
congratulations on a super performance in
Oh.
Kiss Me Goodbye.
Thank you.
Nice interview. Thank you.
Smile with those gorgeous teeth. Big smile. That's it. Love that.
All right, questions? So how does it happen after 15 years that you are in this movie? How did Bob Mulligan happen to choose you for this film? Would you have done this role had she been some kind of frumpy lady? In the early days, you often would make films in very short periods of time, wouldn't you? A movie I shall always remember, Stagecoach with John Wayne. What are your recollections of John Wayne? Do you have a favorite memory of Humphrey Bogart? Say 50 years from now, in the annals of motion picture history, how would you like to be remembered? If you could have anything in the world for Christmas and money were no object, what would you most like to have? How about another movie role? Okay, that should do it. Thank you.